Our characters' traits can be defining, or they can just kind of be there. Have you ever encountered a character who had some physical or verbal tic, something that if you took it away would affect absolutely nothing in the story? Of course, our characters need a physical appearance and a way of moving and being in the world. Some of those traits will simply be, like hair and eye color. Those traits you can set and forget, more or less. But any traits you remind readers about as they read, the ones you keep front and center, ought to have some purpose, or why keep bringing them up? When you give your character traits, go beyond skin deep. Think about personality and the character's way of being in the world. For example, someone who is frugal is different than someone who is a tightwad. The frugal person might wear her pants until they have holes in them, but profess she wants the best for her friends and encourage them to treat themselves. The tightwad might spend on himself but be stingy with family and friends, if he has any. The frugal character might have trouble believing she deserves new things until forced into making a purchase by absolute necessity. The tightwad could nickel and dime every budget decision to death. If you think about people you've known and some of their more peculiar or defining traits, you can probably easily imagine conflicts that stem from these traits and their behaviors. And you can probably imagine how such a trait could play out in a story. When you define your character's traits, don't pick them like you're filling your plate from a buffet. Choose them intentionally to A, create interesting, real people, and B, to play out through the relationships and events on the page. While you're at it, avoid stereotypes. The higher up the supporting character pyramid, the more developed a character needs to be. That's because the closer she is to the protagonist, the more ink she'll get, the more face time with the reader. If you've got a character who seems a little flat or underdeveloped in some way, comb through the traits you've given her and see what you can change. Get playful and turn something on its head. If she's a tech nerd who never leaves her desk, see what happens if she plays in a competitive volleyball league. Once you've got that twisted trait settled, make sure the character's personality, actions, and interactions in the story reflect this new dimension to the person. Because in changing that trait, you have changed the character in physiological, neurological, and psychological ways that are likely to make your character and your story more dynamic and exciting. I have a new session of fiction group coaching beginning soon. This is a special opportunity for writers with a solid grasp of novel writing who are ready to greatly improve their writing skills in a small group of peers with me as your mentor. Each session is 3 months with bi-weekly calls. Group size is limited, so every member gets time each call to address their storycraft questions and discuss their work in progress. Writers in last year's coaching group have been amazed by the progress they make in their novels by having the chance to solve problems as they go instead of waiting for a full draft edit. The amount of support, encouragement, and accountability is immense. If you've got a work in progress, a manuscript getting musty in a drawer, or a completed draft with some problem spots you'd like to dive into, all while becoming a better writer through mentorship and peer support, make sure you look into fiction group coaching. Go to www.wordessential.com/editing/coach. While you're there, send me a message and let me know you would like to set up a 15-minute discovery call. I can't wait to see you in the new session of Fiction Group Coaching. This is a StoryWorks writing tip, and I'm Alita Winternheimer, author, editor, teacher, and podcaster. Want more on character traits? Check out episode 180 of the StoryWorks Roundtable podcast, or visit storyworkspodcast.com and put traits in the search field. If you enjoyed this writing tip, please subscribe to the podcast. It's the best free way to show your support for what I do. And say hello. I love to hear from you.